The piece of plastic resting on your face right now cost approximately $6 to manufacture, yet you likely paid over $200 for it. Whether you bought utilitarian athletic gear or high-fashion luxury frames from a boutique in Paris, the reality is identical. Your money flowed into the exact same corporate bank account. This is not a hyperbole, and it is not a standard competitive market. It is a carefully engineered illusion of choice that dominates 90% of the global eyewear landscape. For decades, consumers believed they were choosing between fierce rivals, heritage brands competing on design, quality, and price. But behind the glitz of the fashion world lies a single entity that successfully achieved what standard antitrust laws are explicitly designed to prevent: a complete vertical integration of an entire global industry. By controlling the design, the manufacturing, the brand licensing, and the literal storefronts where you buy them, this invisible titan dictates exactly how much you pay to see the world. And the most staggering part of this multi-billion-dollar empire isn't just that they control the brands you love. It's the brutal, hidden economic mechanic they use to crush anyone who dared to stand in their way. To understand how a single company quietly captured a global market, we have to look at public historical records tracking a small Italian workshop founded in 1961, Luxottica. Originally a contract manufacturer making components for other eyewear companies, the firm executed a brilliant, multi-decade strategy that financial analysts call total vertical integration. Instead of remaining a simple manufacturer, Luxottica realized the real margin lay in the brand name. Throughout the 1980s and 1990s, they began signing exclusive licensing agreements with the world's most prestigious fashion houses. According to public corporate filings, when you buy a pair of designer sunglasses from Giorgio Armani or Burberry, those fashion houses do not design or manufacture the glasses. They merely license their logo to Luxottica, which handles everything from the initial sketch to final assembly in factories stretching from Italy to China. But manufacturing was only phase one, the true masterstroke, and the moment the illusion of choice solidified occurred when the company moved downstream into retail. Mainstream business data tracks their aggressive acquisition of the largest optical retailers on Earth. They bought LensCrafters, they bought Pearl Vision, they bought Sunglass Hut. They even took over Target Optical and managed the eyewear departments inside major department stores. Think about the sheer economic power of this architecture. If a consumer walks into a Sunglass Hut, they see rows of seemingly competing brands. They might compare a pair of sporty Oakleys with a classic pair of Ray-Bans or a luxury pair of Prada frames. The consumer feels in control. But public SEC data reveals the hidden reality. Luxottica owns Ray-Ban. Luxottica owns Oakley. Luxottica manufactured the Prada frames under license. And Luxottica owns the Sunglass Hut storefront itself. It is a closed-loop ecosystem. The house always wins because the house owns every single player at the table. Yet, maintaining this absolute dominance required a level of corporate hardball that would eventually send shockwaves through the financial markets. For a long time, iconic brands tried to resist this creeping centralization. In the late 1990s, Ray-Ban was an independent, struggling American icon. Because they lacked the massive distribution network of a global conglomerate, their product visibility cratered. Luxottica stepped in, purchased the parent company in 1999 for a reported $340 million, overhauled its production, and magically restored it to global prominence, while drastically scaling up the retail price. But other brands chose to fight. The most famous industry collision occurred with Oakley, the premier independent sports eyewear brand of the early 2000s. Oakley resisted acquisition, proud of its independent tech and fierce brand loyalty. What happened next is a case study taught in elite business schools. Because Luxottica owned the dominant retail chains like Sunglass Hut, they possessed the ultimate leverage. shelf space. Public market reports from that era show that Luxottica dropped Oakley products from its stores, causing Oakley's stock price to collapse by over 30% in a matter of months. Unable to reach consumers without access to the world's largest sunglass retailer, an independent Oakley had little choice but to merge. In 2007, Luxottica acquired Oakley for over $2 billion. The strategy was set in stone. If you do not sell your brand to the system simply removes your ability to sell to the public. And in 2018, this empire grew even larger, merging with Essilor, the world's absolute largest manufacturer of corrective ophthalmic lenses. The resulting mega-conglomerate, Essilor-Luxottica, now controlled not just the frames, but the very lenses required by over 1 billion people worldwide to see clearly. This consolidation of medical necessity and luxury fashion created a pricing power unprecedented in modern consumer goods. The story of the global eyewear monopoly reveals a profound psychological truth about modern capitalism. We do not pay for the intrinsic value of an object. We pay for the narrative surrounding it and our own lack of alternatives. When manufacturing costs are disconnected from retail prices by a factor of 20 or 30, standard economic rules of supply and demand break down. This phenomenon isn't unique to sunglasses. From the diamond cartels to the corporate consolidation of the pet food and mattress industries, the modern economy is increasingly defined by hidden clusters of absolute control masquerading as vibrant, competitive landscapes. The premium price you pay for sunglasses doesn't fund groundbreaking optical physics or rare materials. It funds the massive marketing machines, the premium real estate inside global shopping malls, and the massive corporate margins required to sustain a gatekeeper model. As new direct-to-consumer digital startups attempt to chip away at this armor, the central question remains: can true competition ever survive when a single player owns the literal highway to the consumer? The next time you put on a pair of designer frames, look closely at the hinge. You aren't just wearing a fashion statement. You're wearing a masterclass in economic capture, which makes one ponder: how many other products in your daily routine are secretly owned by the exact same company? If you want to see how another corporate empire is secretly positioning itself to dominate the physical world, click on the next video and make sure to subscribe. We'll see you there.